Good morning. Good morning. I think all of you, I can safely say, are in the morning territory. No, there's some in the early morning territory. I'm Milton Brewington with Claire Brewington, and we are Brightside Global Trade Podcast. And we have the delightful pleasure of featuring some incredible food sources. And your being with us today adds great value. What I want to do is just do a generic thing, go around the room, and we'll talk to right now, Jaime Fernandez. You're up. Tell us about Three Sisters Meat and the idea, where it came from, and what your target community audiences are. So tell us, Jaime, come on, you're up.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it. I am Jaime Fernandez. I'm the owner of Three Sisters Artisanal Meats. We are headquartered in Boise, Idaho. So effectively, who we are, how we got started. I think this is kind of what makes our company, especially with the background story, unique, is that I've effectively inherited this recipe that comes from both sides of my family. Uh, my mother and my father both are from northwestern Spain. So like I said, we go back hundreds of years in the province of Leon, and roughly about 200 years ago, my ancestors started curing meat, and one of the things that they would make was Spanish chorizo. That's how we still say it with a and when my parents immigrated to the United States in the 1970s, they brought this recipe with them. And so effectively the foundation of the recipe's been in our family for about 200 years. And what I did in 2016 was I left my previous profession as an educator as a high school educator, and I started Three Sisters Meat. So I effectively started with just the recipe. I mean, that was it. I didn't have any prior, knowledge of working in the meat industry or the food industry. My background was, history, politics, economics, teach that. So I really started at kind of like a negative, place. And what I had was I, went to work for a meat company in the Bay Area, which is where I was living at the time. And I effectively was an employee of theirs. And for about 2.5 years, I did pretty much every type of meat work you can imagine, right? So I'd be getting up at like 4 in the morning, um, start at 5, right? Work in a 34-degree, 35-degree refrigerated warehouse and just learn how to do everything. Um, and while I was doing that, I was also able to start making our chorizo. So the first kind of iteration of Three Sisters was me hand making fresh chorizo sausages after I was done with my shift, packaging, putting the label on, putting it in the boxes, putting it in my car, and driving literally around the Bay Area. I would start in Oakland and then start in Berkeley, go down to Oakland, cross the bridge, go to San Francisco, and then come back up to Marin. And I would do that every Friday. And after that, I got about 14 or so stores, was doing a bunch of tastings and food shows up and down California. So and the idea of that was I wanted to build a name. I wanted to get people recognizing who we were. And what was nice about being in the Bay Area, like, it has a pretty legit food scene and food culture. So people will tell you if it's a good product or not. So I had like real, on the ground, consumers telling me this is good, we like it, and all that. So when COVID hit, that actually kind of changed our trajectory a little bit. And that is when I finally was able to start doing the dry cured chorizo. And that's just been the complete game changer for us. So we started making the dry cured in Richmond. Things were going really well. Had to find a new co-packer, found a new co-packer. And this is where uh, this relationship that we have with our manufacturer is what is allowing us to do the things that we're doing now. So we work with a Spanish food company in upstate New York. They're called Punya. They're from Spain, and they have this state-of-the-art USDA certified, Whole Foods certified, organic certified facility. Um, and that's where we make our chorizo. And what this has allowed us to do is to keep the recipe as authentic as possible. So we make our chorizo with uh, humanely raised vegetarian, fed antibiotic free pork. Um, and 9 ingredients, and that's it. So working with the spoon has allowed us to, maintain the integrity and the quality of our product, but it's also allowed us now to get a lot more exposure and get us into, different parts of the country in a way that we weren't able to do before.
Okay,
And
Jaime,
yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
that's brilliant that you've come to this point. So tell us where your website and tell us about this amazing award that you just won, and then we'll just wrap up. But stay on, and we'll bring you back on because I have a lot of people on the show today. So
Okay, you got it. Yeah, so you can go to our website. It's the number 3sistersmeats.com. That's where we sell our online retail. And what was the second question?
Thank you.
That you did good. You did
Yeah,
good.
that was it.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
All right, cool.
You're
You know what?
watching Brightside Global Trade, and we're so happy that you're on our online TV and podcast show. And we'll make sure that the links for Jaime's company is available. And please place an order and take a photo. He's available both for wholesale as well as for consumers. So thank you for watching.